All right, welcome everybody to DoorGrow's presentation called The Process Myth. This can be interactive. We want you to make sure you have the chat open so you can comment in the chat. Sarah's going to be manning the chat, helping me out with that. And if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat and my team can message you or respond to you or help you figure out what's going on. So let me share this. All right, everybody see my screen here? Yep. I am going to put my computer on do not disturb so my kids requesting Xbox access doesn't pop up. All right, here we go. So, how many of you have heard of DoorGrow? Just, by show of hands. Yeah. All right. Why aren't you paying me? I'm just kidding. So, all right. So a lot of you are. I'm joking. All right. So DoorGrow, we're the world leaders in property management growth. We move really fast. We innovate. We've been doing this for over a decade, and nobody can keep up with us in terms of what we do. You probably have not seen us really at NARPM events or different things like that because we don't need to waste time going to events to get business. Maybe we'll do it in the future. It might be fun, but we've got an amazing program for helping scale businesses rapidly. And over the last decade, I've talked to thousands of property managers, thousands, and we have hundreds and hundreds as clients actively in one capacity or another. In our mastermind, we're nearing close to 100 members just in our mastermind alone. And they're paying anywhere from our 3 different plans are 1K, 2K, and 3K, right? A month. And for them, it's not an expense. We're helping them make money, right? That's otherwise it wouldn't stay in it. We've got in the coaching industry, just for perspective, we have a record low churn rate. Churn is high in coaching. Our churn rate, monthly churn is like, I think this month at 1.2%. That's ridiculously low. If a gym can get below 5%, they're crushing it, right? And it's ridiculous in the industry. And that's because we keep clients because we're helping them make money. It just makes sense. We win if you win. So let me see if I can switch slides here. All right. So who's this for? This is for people that are primarily, we focus on clients that have third-party property management. Some of our clients just want to manage their own units. And if that's you, that's cool too. Because here we're going to be talking a bit about our super system level of our mastermind, and we're going to be talking about the process myth. And this is so the thing where it says not for owner operators, you can exclude that. But if real estate's your primary focus, then make this your primary focus. Make property management, and you'll make more money in real estate. We've helped a lot of our clients double their real estate commissions. So, all right. So, we're going to skip this slide. We're going to skip this, but go ahead and comment in the chat. Tell us, let us know how many doors do you have right now? Because that gives us an idea of where you're at and how we can help you. I'm going to show where you're at on our DoorGrow code roadmap. And this will help you figure out how to get to the next level. Oh, cool. Jill's here.
Yeah.
Why is it still floating there? All right. So
it's like joining
case studies. So a lot of you're not just going to trust and believe that we can help you, right? Because you're smart, right? There's a lot of marketers out there that are really good marketers. I'm an okay marketer. I think we're better at our delivery and fulfillment than we are at marketing, which is rare in the coaching industry. Is usually the reverse. But here's case studies. We have over 100 case studies now on this playlist. We just keep capturing wins on calls like this with our clients. And so check that out. We're legit. There's several clients here that know once they got beyond the paywall, they're like, hey, they are legit. And we want you to trust us. And the one thing I want you to notice is when you watch these, notice how happy they are. Property managers, when they come to us, a lot of times are not the happiest people. It's a stressful and difficult business, but notice how happy all of these people are. We are in the business of changing lives. That's our mission at DoorGrow. So Kent's on this call. What's up, Kent? So here's Kent.
Hey,
Kent, when he came to us, what's that?
I said, I'm real.
Yeah, Kent's real. So Kent, when he came to us, he had 0 doors. He was struggling to, he was going through a lot. He's going through a lot of stuff. And him and I had a come to Jesus conversation. And I punched him in the face metaphorically. And he caught on fire, man. He just started to crush it. And after he went through our rapid revamp, which is where we clean up the front end of his business, he was ready to start stacking doors. And you can see he started at the end of the rapid revamp with 0 doors. In 6 months. He had over 100 doors. How many are you at right now, Kent?
Around 120 or so. I've added 10-ish, 12-ish the last couple days.
Nice. So how many of you like that say, just casually say, I added 10 or 12 in the last couple of days? So like, it's no big deal, right? And Kent, it was not spending money on advertising. He was not wasting money on APM leads. He was not trying to buy leads from like, or do SEO or pay-per-click. He wasn't wasting money on all this stuff. I think you said you tried a little bit of it, but like it wasn't working. I don't know. But
no, I mean, you said it waste of money. I mean, I just me
yeah,
making the calls. I thought that was more of higher value.
yeah. So Ken started taking the right action, and he was spending only 10 to 15 hours a week. That's basically being a part-time salesperson in your own business, right? And in 10 to 15 hours a week, using the phone, using our strategies, he was able to start stacking and adding doors. And there's a lot more to it than that we coach on. But based on our conversation, Kent went and got a tattoo because we talked about what would it take for you to 10x your business. It was based on this book, 10x is easier than 2x, which is a great book. Teaching principles from Dan Sullivan, who is a coach, and but is written by
Dr. Benjamin Hardy.
Ben Hardy, yeah, who we got to see speak recently, and it's a really great book. And I want all of you to kind of ask yourself this question: what would it take for me to 10x my business and stop wasting time trying to 2x my business? 2x growth is a grind. It's hard. There's how many different things could you do, or have you heard about at a conference that you could do to improve your business? Probably hundreds of ideas, right? There's endless ways, but there's very few ways you can 10x a business. And 10x is easier. It's less of a grind. So it narrows your focus. And this is what I had a conversation with Kent, is you need to narrow your focus. Stop dabbling with all this other stuff and at least dedicate maybe 10 to 15 hours a week, 2 to 3 hours a day towards what makes sense, what can actually help you 10x the growth of your business. And for a lot of you that might be on this call today, if you buy into the process myth, which we'll get into, adding more doors might not be that exciting to you right now. It probably means you're at the point you need our super system and you need to learn about this process myth. If adding more doors right now, if adding another 100 doors right now gives you anxiety, if it means your life personally would not be better as a business owner, which means your business is too reliant on you and it's not scalable. And so our goal is to make your business infinitely scalable by getting the right 3 key systems installed. All right. So we've got lots of other case studies and success stories you can watch in some of our videos. These clients are crushing it. These clients are crushing it. These clients broke the 1,000-door barrier in just 2 years with us from 455. They're adding 337 doors in a year. This is because they were able to get an operator. They got a BDM, right? They followed our roadmap. Michael Sullivan reached a 50% profit margin in his business. I don't know where he's at. He's probably over 300 doors now, but he's making a lot of money.
Yeah, when I talked to him last, he was just under like 290. So he probably has cleared that by now.
So we're going to talk about today the 3 biggest profit levers. Part of the process myth, what a lot of people do is there's also kind of a profit myth, and they try and focus on improving profitability without solving the 3 biggest problems that affect profitability first, which are people, planning, and process. And so we're going to talk about those a bit today. Jeff Garner in our super system also. In his first 4 months with us, he went from 150 to 420 doors. He followed some of our advice on acquisition, did a deal after we helped him replace his entire team, except for one person. He thought he had a good team. And a lot of you probably, how many of you think you have a good team? By show of hands. Yeah, he did too. And he didn't. And so that's part of the process myth. We're going to talk about that today. So stay tuned. So we helped him replace his team so that he could handle an acquisition and could scale. And now he's focused heavily on systems and hired an operator, an awesome operator. He's working on cleaning up and improving the culture with the new team members that came in with the acquisition. And he's very confident. You'll see if you watch his video testimonial, he's going to be at 1,000 doors in the next year or two, he thinks. So, and it's probably true. So right now he's laying the foundation for that, and then he'll crush it. Jill, I think Jill's on this call.
Jill's on
What's
the
up,
call.
Jill?
Hey, Jill. There you are.
I don't know if this is all accurate. This is what I came up with today, but so Jill, when you came to us, you wanted to improve your operations, I think. You did the rapid revamp class to clean up the front end. You rebranded, you dialed in culture, you improved pricing. I know you got Alex. You have an awesome operator in Alex. I think you guys are using some of our tools, I think. Yes. Okay. All right, cool. So DoorGrow Flow, DoorGrow CRM, DoorGrow OS. Alex worked on documenting processes. And then Jill, this is why we put this slide in. Jill took a month-long vacation. Jill, where'd you go? You got to unmute.
I went to Europe.
Yeah, for a month. How many of you would like to take a month-long vacation in your business by show of hands?
J Fly. She's like, yeah. She was like, you didn't even finish. She's like, me.
See, she called you J Fly. So.
J Fly. Well, that's your name now. I'm sorry.
So yeah, that's pretty awesome, right? How many of you haven't taken a vacation in the last year or two? Be honest. Anyone? By show of hands? Yeah. So like, this is totally possible. It's totally possible. And a lot of you probably have team members and you're not taking month-long vacations. So there's probably a misalignment, and there's probably this process myth is probably holding you captive. Let's talk about Josh Chapman. So
go back a slide. Don't skip Chris and Renee.
Okay. All right. They were struggling in a property management franchise. They joined DoorGrow. Sarah assessed their team. She instantly, in a single call, helped them find $100K a year in their business by adjusting and fixing a bad comp structure that was hurting profitability. I guarantee some of you on this call have bad compensation structures where you're giving out percent signs to a property manager or to team members, or maybe a lazy business partner or something. And right, bad comp structures are like a secret inhibitor to growth that we see sometimes. And then he got energized and he started adding doors again because he was like really defeated in the business and he was really hating his franchise. So he was really quite angry. So Josh Chapman, Josh, he had the wrong team, people in the wrong positions, didn't know it. He loved his team.
The team itself wasn't bad. It's just that they were
good people
in the wrong, they were
wrong
doing the
seats on the
wrong
bus.
roles.
Yeah. And so we have this partnership with an AI assessments company as part of our DoorGrow hiring system. And Sarah did the AI assessments with the team, looked at the assessments, and then it was super obvious he had some key good people that needed to be in different roles, and he didn't have an operator. And so Sarah was able to identify somebody that they're unicorns, they're rare, that would be a good operator to run the business, and moved that assistant to the operator role, and then hired an assistant to replace that person, and did an acquisition.
He's in
the middle of an
it
acquisition.
right now. He's supposed to be closing within the next few days.
He's almost doubling his doors, which is awesome. And Sarah's done some amazing things on some calls in half from a single phone call with Sarah. They had like 12 VAs.
They had
in their
11
business.
team members total.
11 team members. Yeah. And there was a lot of redundancy, a lack of clarity, and she helped them get it organized and cleaned it up. And then they were because they were struggling to make profit. And
they were losing money.
They were losing money every month.
Every single month.
Then they couldn't figure out why. And Sarah's like sliced it like a knife. She's really good at that. John McVoy, this guy's super cool. So he's in Nashville. He is
He's a Willie Nelson.
He's a Willie Nelson impersonator
in his spare time.
In his spare time for fun.
So
and
fun.
He's a kick in the pants. And he didn't want to add doors when he came to us because it was just him and his wife Priscilla, and they were like it was adding more doors was stressful. I don't know how many they had.
No bandwidth at all.
Maybe a
They
couple hundred?
were right. They fluctuated right around that 100 door barrier, which is kind
Okay.
of painful.
So they were kind of stuck. And then they hired a maintenance coordinator, which offloaded a bunch of stuff for them. And then they started focusing on processes, and now they're able to shift their focus back to adding doors.
Mhm.
All right. So there's a big problem in the property management industry. And after talking about about all this with property managers, with thousands of companies, I've seen the biggest problem is the lack of clarity. So I made this roadmap based on every stage that I see people get stuck at and why. And after talking, and this is my DoorGrow code roadmap here. So, and this talks about how this is how any one of you could get to 1,000 doors in the next 5 years. Does anybody believe that's even possible? It probably sounds ridiculous to you, but I'm here to tell you, I can take you from 0 to 1,000 doors in 5 years if you'll do what we tell you to do. Okay. We've proven it. We've done this with every stage. Anyone that's come to us at every stage, we've helped them figure out how to get through the next level. And so as long as you don't get stuck, you'll keep moving forward. And here are the things that keep people stuck, right? The problems and what they need to stop doing. So figure out where you are on this roadmap. I don't know if it's big enough for everybody to see, but
yeah,
maybe
It's
I
just
can do this. There you go.
there you go.
So we've got the dreamers. We've got your first door. We've got those that get up to 50, and they're between 50 to 100 doors here. The solopreneur, sand trap, as I call it. Right here, if you're here, you probably just want to add doors and make some money. And there's some things holding you back that we can help you with. And that would be our light level of our mastermind, which we just help clients crush it when it comes to growing, like Ken. And then somewhere between 100 to 200 doors, a lot of our clients will upgrade to our super system level. And at this level, we're focused on operations. And you know that transition needs to happen. If adding more doors right now means your life would get more stressful or worse instead of better, right? And there's a lot of you, if you're below that, you're like, adding more doors right now would just get me some money and it would be better. I'm not maxed out. I'm not stressed out yet. So I'd love to create that problem for you, right? Let's get you to that problem to where you are now adding doors quickly. You're a promoter, you know how to do it. And then we get you to this builder category or stage where now you're trying to figure out, how do I get the right team and the right systems? And this is where we have the 3 key systems of process, people, and planning that are going to take your business to the next level.
Mhm.
Now, a lot of businesses get stuck in the 200 to 400 door range between builder and delegator right here. I call that the second sand trap. There's the solopreneur sand trap, and then this is the team sand trap. The wrong team. All right. So just to tell you a little about DoorGrow. This is for my team, but we'll skip me, but this is me. All right. My mission is to inspire others to love true principles. That's my personal why. That's why I do what I do. And having this business allows me to do that. I get to spend the most money on all kinds of masterminds and coaches and mentors. I've got 2 amazing mentors I'm working with right now. One runs a multi-billion-dollar real estate company. Another one runs I don't know if he wants me to say, but I'll say multi-million-dollar coaching business.
Yeah, don't give numbers.
But yeah, they're really awesome. And then we've got lots of other things that I've been a part of. And so that's allowed me to learn really cool stuff and to turn around and be able to share and, improve our programs and help our clients. And we, change a lot really rapidly. And our goal is to help you get what you want. And that golden bridge that helps me get what I want out of life and you get what you want out of life is DoorGrow, right? Mm-hmm. So DoorGrow, our mission is to transform property management business owners and their businesses. My entire team believe in this. They're all engaged in this. Like Giselle's nodding. I love when Giselle nods. So our entire team are engaged in this. We really want to see all of you win. And one thing that's crazy, Sarah pointed out today, she's like, we don't have any drama on our team. We don't have any office politics. We don't have gossip, because our team all have the same vision and mission and we like each other.
Yeah.
That's good culture,
so
right?
Much.
And that's a huge piece to having, getting beyond the process myth. All right. So right now I want you to I know we've got some people commenting in the chat.
On top of the chat, we're good.
Can't message me directly. You crack me up how excited you get when you talk about my tattoo. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. I don't have too many clients sending me pictures of tattoos.
I know.
Um,
Kent, that's gonna be so hard to top. Like you got a tattoo.
I don't know if somebody gets
On your
DoorGrow
body.
tattooed, that would be the max.
You
But I
can-
might
I
think they're
think-
crazy.
Forever,
Mhm.
you're now gonna be on our slide deck.
Okay. So right now, how are you usually feeling in your business? I want you to gauge this. Your nervous system doesn't lie. Are you feeling stressed, frustrated, annoyed? It's heavily all on your shoulders. Do you feel overwhelmed or falling behind? Do you have a to-do list that just gets longer and longer every month and doesn't get shorter for some reason? It's now a to-die list, right? Which is a clue you shouldn't be doing the things on it. That's the clue, right? Because it isn't shrinking, or anything that's been on your to-do list for more than a month or 6 months or maybe even a year, right? Means you are not the person that should be doing it. Or do you feel excited, passionate, proud, supported, fulfilled, accomplished, right? This is where we want our clients to feel. And we don't work to live. We don't live to work. I work to live, right? And so we want to feel life, right? This is from the philosopher Noel Gallagher from Oasis. That's a joke. All right. So the primary goal. This is our primary goal in coaching our clients is you should be getting more fulfillment, more freedom, more contribution, and more support. The bigger your team gets, the bigger the business gets. You should have more of these 4 things. You might be making more and more money and have less fulfillment, less freedom, less contribution, less support. You might be feeling less supported. And that means you're building the wrong business with the wrong team. And we need to change that. Okay. All right. I'm going to skip ahead through some of the stuff I talked about on our last one that was more about adding doors. So if any of you want or feel like you're more at that earlier stage, that light level, just comment the word light in the chat and we'll get you the recording of that later on. My team will get that to you and you can watch the whole presentation about the light level, about stacking, adding doors. And I think you'll find that even more helpful than what we're talking about today, if that's the stage you're at. All right. So let's talk about this team sand trap. How many of you by show of hands are in the stage between maybe 200 to 400, maybe even 500 doors?
There's a couple people.
Yeah.
I saw a couple
yeah.
people.
Yeah. Lots of
somewhere
hands.
in, like
Okay,
in
you're at
between
the
that
right place.
150 and 400
Okay.
on here. 300, like 2 something.
This might happen a little premature, like maybe at 125, 150, if you're really growing quickly and it's painful, like some of our clients. Or it could even extend. Maybe you've gotten to 500 doors or something like that, but you can't break that 600 door barrier for some reason. This is why. Okay. I've seen this over and over and over again. And the big reason, you have the wrong team. You don't know it, but I'm going to help you see this. Okay. You're wearing the wrong hats in your business. You're already micromanaging your team. You don't realize it. You probably say you hate micromanaging, but you're doing it and you don't realize it. Your team, you think that you need more processes in the business, the process myth, and more KPIs to control people more. And you need, what you really need though is culture defined. So you have great culture like we have at DoorGrow. You need the 3 fits when it comes to your team members, where they're a culture fit, a personality fit, and a skill fit. I'll show that in a second. And there's perceived pain usually at this stage to getting more doors. So unconsciously, there's friction. You're resisting it. You're not doing the BDM stuff, business development management stuff to grow the business. You likely know how to grow, but your focus is elsewhere. And you're like, I just need better processes. How many of you say that to yourself? I just need better processes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So how many of you, so let's ask that again. By show of hands, put your hands up. How many of you feel you need better processes in order to get to the next level that's holding you back right now? Yeah. Okay, cool. How many of you have a process system in the business? And what I want you to do is comment in the chat a 1, 2, or 3 based on these things. There's 3 levels of process systems. Level 1, you might want to write this down if you care about process, but level 1 is just process documentation. This would be like Google Docs or just written out in a document, right? That's level 1. That's the equivalent of the owner's manual in the glove box of your car that nobody reads, right? And it's not super effective, right? Then we've got level 2. Level 2 is checklists. This could be like you have some process list built out in Asana, maybe Lead Simple, maybe Process Street, level 2 is checklists, and checklists are a little bit better because people have to complete something in order to, they have to pull the thing out of the glove box and actually mark some stuff, right? So that's level 2 is checklist. Level 3 in having a process system is visual workflow. Visual workflow. Everybody know what a flow chart is, right? You've got a box, a line going to the next box, right? It could split and go to multiple boxes, right? That's visual workflow. Visual workflow creates a lot more clarity and transparency. If any of you are interested in a really cool process system, we've got one called DoorGrow Flow, and it's visual workflow. And even people that hate software and hate technology, like Sarah, that think technology are out to get her, love DoorGrow Flow.
Doesn't like me.
But you like DoorGrow Flow. I see you
like
in it
DoorGrow Flow.
for fun. Like you're just in it, like making processes. All right. So that's level 3. So how many of you have a process system, and comment which level you have, a 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. All right.
2, 2, 1.
You can put a
1.5.
0 if you really don't have a process system. And if you're a solopreneur,
Kent says half.
it's just you. You probably
0.5.
don't need one. 0.5 on Kent.
0.5.
All right. Awesome, Kent. All right. So cool. 1, 2. All right. 1.
2 to 3. We have a 1.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So, question. How many of you, even though you have your process systems, how many of you think it's fun to document processes or enjoy creating them? Documenting processes. I'm raising my hand as an example, but I'm not going to raise my hand.
I'll raise my
Okay,
hand.
she'll raise it for
Me
me.
and Giselle will raise
Most-
her hand. She's
Yeah,
like, yeah, this is fun.
If you are a visionary entrepreneur personality type, usually this is not fun for you. This is just usually not like the level of detail, like figuring things out. Like you probably have on your to-do list to create processes, but that's a clue that you're probably not the person to be doing it, right? Because you're not. If you love doing it, it would already be done. Everything you love doing is already done, right? Everything you're really good at is already done in the business. You'd be working on it for fun in the evening, right? Sarah, I walk in sometimes in the evening. She's like, I'm updating process. I'm like, we are supposed to be streaming and binging Netflix right now. I'm just kidding. So you might you need that operator personality type in your business. All right. So I want to introduce and talk about the process myth. Okay. The process myth. And then we can touch on some of these ideas here. But the process myth, and I don't have a slide for this, but the process myth is basically this. It's the belief that I just need more processes. And I guess I could show I'll show the roadmap. Because I hear this a lot. Especially businesses in this area. I'm like, what do you need to get to the next level? They're like, I just need better processes. And this is true. There's a lack of process documentation sometimes here. But some of you probably have some of your processes documented. But here's the process myth. The process myth is that you cannot out-process a bad team. All right. Does that make sense to everybody? I want you to understand this. We need people, planning, and process. These are the 3 systems that make a business infinitely scalable, which means you can have a BDM that adds 200-300 doors a year and nothing breaks. You need to have processes so you can handle that. And if you onboard new team members, they can get up to speed super quickly as you scale and need to add more people. You have a system for adding people. Most businesses don't have a good system for adding people. They've just done it through Russian roulette over a decade and finally got a good team or a decent team. And so you need a good people system or hiring system. We have DoorGrow ATS, which is applicant tracking system. We have DoorGrow hiring. We have Sarah, who will help with the AI assessments, right? All of this stuff. And you need a really good people system, and you need a really good team, which is part of that people system. And then you need a really good planning system. And this is where you take a really good team and you make them into a great team, because this creates recognition and accountability. Most team members perform better with more recognition instead of more bonuses and more pay, because they don't have a high economic score. They don't like money the way that entrepreneurs like money. And a lot of you pay your team members and compensate incorrectly based on money because you like money. Entrepreneurs and salespeople like money. Everybody else likes recognition, and it's more important once their basic needs are met. In fact, paying them more actually makes them perform worse, what I found. Anybody's mind blown? This is always like entrepreneurs never seem to get this. So I want you to like let this sink in. Most people on the planet don't like money as much as you. In fact, if you pay them too much, more than they think they're worth, they will start to feel unconsciously guilty, and they will start to sabotage their efforts and view you in a negative light and feel entitled. Okay, everybody get this? All right. So stop paying all your team members too much money. I'm just kidding. All right, not really, but okay. All the team members that are on this call, sorry. So your boss just figured it out. Okay, so let's talk about these three systems: people, planning, and process. If you have these three systems, your business becomes infinitely scalable. You can do acquisitions now. You can funnel that whole business into your three systems, and you will just crank out more money per unit than they were able to create. In fact, you probably shouldn't do an acquisition unless you have these three systems installed. This is why you're seeing a lot of our clients in our case studies doing acquisitions that were in our super system, because we're helping them get these systems installed, or like helping them get these pieces in place so that they have the right team and can handle this. If you have the right team, you don't even need process documentation in order to be growing effectively. It helps, but a good team can outweigh process, but a bad team you cannot out process a bad team. Does everybody get this? I've seen companies growing with very little process documentation, but they have rock stars on their team. And then I've seen so many, the majority, most property management businesses that are stuck in their growth think they have a good team, but they're and they have processes somewhat documented, but they think they just need to micromanage their team more, and they think they need more processes. So if you've ever said to yourself, how do I get my team to think for themselves? If they're constantly interrupting you, how do I hire and get the right people? How do I eliminate mistakes in my business and create consistency? Then you are lacking these systems. And the biggest piece to this in having the wrong team is way back here is you have a lack of clarity on purpose and culture in the business. My team have clarity and our culture is strong because I know what I want. And I've created that clarity for myself of my why. And this is something that we have to go back and help businesses get clarity on. And all right, what did I want to touch on? Alternate vehicles, BDM placement. Okay, so for these three systems, what do a lot of people do? They go hire profit coaching companies. They go work with VA companies to try and get people and have them help them with hiring and finding the right people. And they're still just playing Russian roulette, right? They go to BDM placement or BDM coaching companies. At DoorGrow, we help with all of that, and we're better than those companies. And the challenge is I get a lot of people coming from those companies as, refugees from profit coaching companies and BDM coaching companies and sales coaching companies in the property management industry, VA companies, and they still have these problems that Sarah and I are helping them solve, right? Too many team members they're spending too much money on. Wrong team members in the wrong places, seats on the bus, so to speak, right? People doing the wrong stuff, spending too much on their team, bad compensation structures, the team members not being supported in the right systems. Like we have systems for operators, we have systems for BDMs, right? Okay, I see Sarah's message in the chat.
There are team members in here going like,
We're not advocating
my
firing
job
your team,
and I want to keep my pay.
You
like,
probably
yes.
have good people. They might just not be doing the right things, right? So yeah, so we just need to get clarity.
Please don't fire your whole team.
No, if
don't
you restructure your team correctly, the team members that you actually like, they will be even better. They will perform better. All right, I'll talk about the 3 fits since you brought that up, just so people don't freak out. We'll do that real quick. Where is this? All right. How many of you feel like this is your org chart right now, even though you have a bunch of team members? Your name's in parentheses next to them. I see some smiles. Yeah, it's kind of a joke. So yeah, this is your org chart if you are having to micromanage your team. They come to you with every question. You're involved in every role to some degree. that is not a scalable business. That is a business that breaks you eventually, right? And burns you out. So this is what you need from each team member. You need what are the 3 fits. And I want you to assess yourself from this standpoint. If you are still wearing hats in the business you don't enjoy wearing. And here, we'll address this real quick first. Real quick, the clone myth. This is what most solopreneurs believe. They think they need, when they start hiring, they think they need to find somebody like themselves. I just need to clone myself. If I could find a person that can do every hat in the business like me, then that's the best hire. I just need that person. That person usually, I've seen over and over again, will start their own property management business and take half your doors. So you're based there because they're basically an entrepreneur. They're adaptable like you, creative like you, and they are not a specialist. And you want specialists. And it takes about 10 specialists to replace you in a business. Okay. There's at least probably 10 hats, right? And these specialists, we want to match the 3 fits. And we want to put you in a position where you match the 3 fits, right? First fit is culture. It's the most important. This means they share your values so you can trust them. And if they don't have culture, but they have personality and skill, you'll never trust them, which means you will always have to micromanage them. You'll try to create processes and you'll buy into the process myth that you can create enough processes so you'll feel safe and they'll finally do things the way you would, which is impossible. Okay. Can't out process a bad team. If they are the other second fit that's most important is personality fit. That means they would naturally thrive in this role. They love doing this role. Like not everybody's a personality fit to do sales. Not everybody's a personality fit to crunch numbers and do accounting. Not everybody's a personality fit to be an operator and get all the systems working in the business and run the company for you, right? And so you need to make sure right now, you're probably wearing hats that you are not the personality fit for in your business, which means you're the wrong person. You're holding the business back. And so we want to make sure we get people that have the right personality fit. If they're the right culture fit and the right skill fit, but they're not the right personality fit, they'll never be great in that role. And not having great people means you are spending probably 2 to 3 times the amount of money on staffing than that you should be. Okay. It's the biggest expense in the business. We've seen this over and over again. If you don't have the ideal team, you are spending 2 to 3 times the amount for the same output. Or when we get people in alignment with the 3 fits, you can have a smaller team with less complicated communication happening, which decreases interruptions, which decreases costs, and they will get 2 to 3 times the output as bad team members. And so you'll have a lot more profitability in the business. This is why these are some of the 3 biggest profit levers in the business. Before KPIs, before focusing on profit coaching or any of this stuff that we could help you with later, this is the biggest expense in the business. This needs to be solved first. Third fit is skill. Skill, the good news about skill, if you have somebody that's good culture fit, they're the right personality fit for the role, but they don't know what they're doing yet, they can be trained. Skill is the only one of these 3 you can change. Everybody get that? It's the only one. You cannot change their values. That came from religion, mommy and daddy, like where they grew up, like whatever, right? You're not going to move the needle much on culture at all. Personality, you're not going to change their personality. You can squeeze a round peg into a square hole, but it's going to be pretty awkward and there's going to be a lot of pain, right? It's like wearing shoes that just do not feel good or fit. So there's like fashion before comfort and there's stilettos.
Like
all right.
those Louboutins.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
But they're beautiful.
All right. So this is a big part of the myths I want you to understand, right? You cannot build the right team around the wrong person. That's you, the entrepreneur. If you are showing up in the business wearing hats still right now, and you have a team, you have an entire team, you're in the 200 to 400 door range and you have at least 5 team members, you have the wrong team. And the biggest clue is you have the wrong team. And I know it's true because you're still wearing all the hats you don't enjoy wearing because you think that you have to because you're the business owner. And that's not true, right? So we need to get you the right team so that you feel supported, so that your team members can be the right people. You cannot build this puzzle around the wrong person showing up the wrong way. So once we get clarity on the business owner, then we can start to figure out their team and build the right team. This is what we do at DoorGrow. We've changed a lot of teams, right? And that's how you create a really good team. So that is one of the biggest myths connected to the process myth is a lot of you love your team, but you need to make sure that you are in alignment with the 4 reasons: more fulfillment, more freedom, more support, more contribution, right? You need more of these 4 things. And if you're maxing out on these 4, that means you have the right team. That's how you get that. They give you the support. It allows you that fulfillment and freedom in your day to day. If you're not experiencing those right now and you have a team, then you have the wrong team, right? And so, should we have 5 team members at 300 doors?
I'm answering right now in the
Okay,
chat.
Sarah's going to answer that. It depends. All right. So, so one of the things I want you to understand is that a lot of you, how many would identify that you are more of a visionary personality type? You're a dreamer. You feel like you want to create and start businesses. You like probably doing sales and marketing. You're more that visionary personality type, by show of hands. Like you're a business owner. All right. So if that's you, then you are probably not. You are most definitely not the operator personality type, the person that should be running the business, the person focusing on the details, the person focused on documenting process. So a big part of the process myth is believing you need more processes. You need to document processes. You need to find a person that loves doing that. That would be the right personality fit for that. And then that would no longer be on your to-do list or your to-die list that just keeps growing, or things sitting on it for months and months and months because you don't really love doing that piece. So that's one piece of the process myth is you need to get a really good operator personality type. Businesses cannot thrive and grow without a visionary and an operator. These are 2 key roles that need to exist in the business. Sarah is DoorGrow's operator. She runs our meetings. She handles all the details of stuff. She keeps things moving forward. And I come up with crazy ideas. And she is the crusher of all hopes and dreams. I'm just kidding, right? She helps me keep me connected to reality and make sure we're not wasting money and all sorts of stuff, right? And then she also is really brilliant. So she comes up with ideas too, right? Lots of really good ideas. She fills in all the gaps. I'm like, hey, I want a belt system like martial arts in our program. And she's like, cool, I'll create the program. So we have a martial arts style belt system. So Sarah built it. All the criteria for our clients so they can move through that DoorGrow code as quick as possible.
Time check.
Okay.
12 minutes.
12 minutes. All right, cool. The other myth is that you need more KPIs. So I'll show you this on the DoorGrow code, this connected to the process myth. A lot of you think, well, I just need to micromanage more. I need more KPIs. This is a system that should come after these 3 systems, is improving the profitability, focusing more on the metrics, crunching the numbers. These 3 levers should be dealt with and pulled first. They're the 3 biggest profit levers that you could pull. And so if these are weak or you have leaks in these 3, or even here or earlier, right? Or you're in the cycle of suck and you have bad doors, right? Any of this earlier stuff, focusing on this is like trying to squeeze blood from a stone. It's just like, and it hurts culture. It hurts your team. It makes them feel like you trust them less. And this is the process myth. This is you trying to squeeze more out of them by controlling them even more. And it doesn't work. It actually hurts you from having, or prevents you from having, really great believers in your business and A players in your business. People that are willing to tolerate a level of micromanagement are not the best people. How many of you would tolerate that? I wouldn't, right? Nobody wants that level of control, right? And so we want to make sure we focus on the right things in the right order. So that's another piece of this process myth. All right, cool. So here's some clues if you have the wrong team or maybe need some of this help. Do you feel like you like everyone on your team? That's like a nervous system or a gut level response. Some call it the chug test. Would I have a drink with them, right? Would I have a beer with them? Like, I don't drink beer, but would I have a mocktail or a cocktail? All right. So is there drama? Does everybody get along on your team? Are they asking you questions constantly and there's constant interruptions? That's very expensive in a business. Team members interrupting you, interrupting each other. Do you trust them to make decisions the way you would? That's culture fit, right? Are things feeling easy in the business for you right now? Or are they feeling hard? Does it feel difficult? It shouldn't feel hard or difficult. Are your team members busy or are they productive? There's a difference, right? How many of you feel like you're paying your team members for their time? You don't want to pay for their time. You want to pay for results, right? There's a difference between them being busy all day long and being productive and making you money, right? So is there micromanaging going on? Does each team member lower your pressure and noise, or are there some of them that are increasing it? They should be lowering your pressure and noise. You should feel a response when you're around them in your body, in your nervous system, of being calmer by having these team members. They make you feel more at ease. It's a really easy clue. Or do they make you feel more amped up and anxious and concerned? They might be the wrong team member. Could you, like Jill, take a month-long vacation and trust your team to not let it turn into a dumpster fire? Are you still wearing hats right now that you don't enjoy? Still wearing hats. Okay. All right. So that I think we've addressed the process myth. So let me tell you real quick about how we can help here at DoorGrow. Okay. So we have this really awesome program called the Super System. It is $2,000 a month, and it helps businesses make way more than that in terms of money. And some of the things that are in it, we have an operations revamp class that we're launching. This is a 90-day class. We had so much success with our rapid revamp class in helping people with growth on the front end of the business. We decided to model that and create a class for operations. And so this is the 3 systems. It's a 90-day class, and we're going to go through 3 systems, one each month, and cycle this class because you'll probably want to take it multiple times with your operator or as a team. But we'll just keep getting things more and more dialed in on process, people, and planning, right? The 3 systems. We then have a scale call every Friday to support the operators in the business, help them deal with current challenges. People love this call. Sarah runs this call, and it's really awesome. And you'll hear lots of people's wins. Operators get to connect with other operators. It's really cool. We have the DoorGrow Academy. We have a bunch of training material on all the different systems. We have videos on different tools that we have, training on how to run your meeting cadence, planning, your hiring, process systems, etc. And for those of you that want a quick win, we have this really cool training we call the priorities training that teaches you how Sarah was able to manage 260 units, 260 remotely with 1 part-time person, boots on the ground. Part-time, Sarah was bored, and they were C-class properties. And that was her team. It was 1 part-time person just to grab the mail, input checks into the system, and show property,
like inspections
and do some inspections, right?
Like that.
It was like part-time.
And I was not working full time.
No, you were part-time too.
I was very part-time.
She was bored, so I convinced her to work at DoorGrow, right? And I just had to give her some ownership stake in the business. She was on board. All right, so it's been awesome, like super awesome. You all need a really good operator. The priorities training that Sarah and I put together in there is all about how to decrease rapidly your expenses in the business related to your team. So regardless of what your team is right now, this is how she was able to run her business without endless phone calls, without lots of time wasting, and just dramatically reduce the friction and noise in the business, and to get tenants, owners, vendors, everybody to communicate through better systems so that the business was a lot more efficient. So this is a really quick win, awesome training that we give the clients that are a little stressed out right now to create more bandwidth so they can focus more on getting all these other systems in place or on adding doors, whatever you need. So you get access to the priorities training. Also, one of our clients on our call yesterday was complaining about how he was getting pushback on people he had a 5% markup on his maintenance, and he was having trouble closing deals because of that. That was a big objection. And so we have a really cool training on our platform I told him about, where one of our clients who has 1,300 doors taught everybody at one of our events on how, and I helped him map this out, on how to get 50% markup on maintenance, how to get 50% markup from vendors by solving the majority of their challenges, and create a maintenance company shell around what you're already doing for maintenance and make way more money. And you'll get zero pushback because you're able to be competitive, and it's less than what it would be if you had to do 5% markup. Pretty awesome. So really cool, super cool training. Everybody that walked out of that DoorGrow Live conference is like, they said, I'm starting a maintenance company. Doesn't matter how big or small you are, right? And so, because all of you already have a maintenance company, whether you realize it or not. You're just probably not doing it right. So that's another quick win we can give you in the program. And then you get a Telegram walkie-talkie access or text access to us through Telegram Messenger. You can send me voice messages, etc., to me, Sarah, or our team to support you. We can coach you very quickly through that. You can also schedule calls. We have an exclusive Facebook group for our mastermind clients. For super system clients, we have a special in-person event that we do just for people that are at that stage and that level. And then you get access to our DoorGrow Live event and some other cool things. And you also get one-on-one accountability coaching calls with a coach. Morgan, our team, she just loves on our clients, and she'll keep you accountable. Make sure you're in momentum. Make sure you know what to do to move forward, because there's a lot in our program. It can be a little confusing if there's just so much, and she'll make sure you always have clarity and you're moving forward every month, so you don't just get lost in the weeds or just feel like I'm, just trying to watch some videos or whatever. We want you to get results and take action. So in our super system, you get a one-on-one coaching call every month with a coach. And as a bonus, Sarah said, hey, let's offer a bonus to people that are on this call today that are interested. So if you take action in the next day or so, as you get things together, do this. Sarah's willing to do a team AI assessment. We normally charge $1,000 to do this. She's willing to assess your entire team using our partner, this AI assessment company, do assessments on this. We pay a lot of money to have access to this annually. And you'll be able to assess your team and very quickly see if they are the right fit for the different roles that they're in, and help restructure your team very quickly. I think that's just super awesome bonus. And we have, and as part of the mastermind, you get discounted rates on all of our software tools. You basically get everything for 50% off. DoorGrow Flow, which is our process software, DoorGrow CRM, which is probably the best property management CRM on the planet. It has voicemail drops, texting, automation. It has, what else? Landing pages, Calendly type calendar pages. Like, it has all sorts of cool stuff. That's DoorGrow CRM. We have DoorGrow Hiring, where we can help you with your whole hiring process and build out the applicant tracking system as part of that. And having being able to vet candidates quickly and to see them. And we have the ROI calculator we just launched, which helps you basically assess a property, show the return that an investor is going to get on it to help real estate agents close deals. It's branded with your stuff. You can give them these PDFs on a property, and it has all the data, and it will help them close deals. And your property management fees and everything are built into it as part of the investment strategy. It's super cool. Jill, are you using that one yet? Not yet. You gotta get that one. That's brand new. Super cool.
Brand new.
So anyway, you get half off on all those tools as well in our super system. Oh, DoorGrow OS. DoorGrow OS is the ultimate planning system in Cadence. So if you've ever heard of like EOS or Traction or some of these things, which are really geared towards trying to sell you integrators, that's what they kind of sort of try to call operators. DoorGrow OS is better. This is where we're getting your entire team to row in the same direction as you as the entrepreneur. They start to function like intrapreneurs, where they start to think entrepreneurially like a business owner. And this is why we're able to grow so rapidly at DoorGrow and move forward, because my entire team are strategically moving the business forward instead of just doing their daily tactical work. they're all functioning like innovators and moving the business forward. And so DoorGrow OS is where you take a good team and you make them rock stars. This creates accountability. It's better than KPIs. It's better than metrics. This is where we're getting recognition and creating that recognition system that increases their motivation instead of trying to bonus them and financially push them forward. This gets the business moving forward, and it helps prioritize the higher priority tasks, which are not the daily tactical work, but the strategic stuff that grows the business and moves it forward. And so that's DoorGrow OS, really cool software planning system. So that's what's included in this. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to like comment in the chat or send us a DM somewhere, and we can get you going on the DoorGrow super system. There's no reason why any of you with the door counts that you threw in can't be at 1,000 doors in maybe the next 2 to 3 years, maybe even the next 5 years if you're like really low in door count. But we can get you there in our system. It's proven, it works. We've got plenty of evidence and proof. Watch our case studies. We are just looking for good people. And this will be the last thing to share. Sarah's like probably like end this. All right,
You're all good.
we're good.
I was
Okay.
going to say, if anyone is interested in learning more information on anything that we covered today, and you want to book a call with our team, just like put something in the chat, say like me, or like, hey, help me out here. Put something in the chat, and our team will reach out to you to get you more information or answer any additional questions that you might have. Because I know we gave you guys a lot today.
Okay. Can I I'll throw a link in there too. Calendly.com/DoorGrow. Here you go, /start. All right. So anyone can use that link.
Oh, Baron's on top of things. He's like, I already scheduled a call.
All right, Steve, book that call. So yeah, I've seen so many businesses, including my dad's company, my brother's company. I've seen so many businesses, hundreds of businesses, try and do the wrong things at the wrong stages, or maybe they're the right things, but at the wrong stages to try and grow their business. And there's really only 2 ways you can 10x a business, really, in property management. It's to do an acquisition, but you got to be ready for it, or to have a really awesome business development focus and use the right strategies, which is not cold leads and it's not advertising. It's really the only ways to really scale a business quickly. And that's 10x thinking. And we can help you 10x your business growth. And if adding doors right now does not make sense, it doesn't sound fun or exciting to just 10x that, cool. Let's get you in the super system. Let's solve those challenges. And then we can focus on growth and support your operator in handling it. And then sky's the limit, right? And so the last thing I'll share with you is this. We just want good clients. And I'm sure all of you just want good clients too, right? So what we're really picky about who we take on and who we like to work with. The caliber of the business owners and the entrepreneurs and the team members we have in DoorGrow are just, it's awesome. It's part of why our mastermind is so awesome. The in-person things are just like ridiculously awesome. It's about the people that are in it. And we're really careful about who we allow in. We want people that are focused on the 4 reasons. They want more fulfillment. They want more freedom. They want to contribute and make a difference in other people's lives. They want to feel more supported, and they want to support others. These are the people that we're looking for in our system. If you are a rock star, if you are a high caliber person, you're a good person, and you just don't have the right system, you might be like maybe Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan was a showboat. He had a skill set. He was really good, but he did not win championships until he had the right system. He needed a coach, Phil Jackson. He needed Scottie Pippen and an entire team built around him to assist and make this machine work. And Phil was able to build the right system around him. Great people need a great system. And when great people have a great system, the sky's the limit. It's inevitable. You're going to have a large company, and you're going to be scaling and growing quickly, and you'll be making a lot of money because you're benefiting a lot of people, and you deserve that. Good property managers solve 3 of the biggest problems that exist in the entire real estate industry. In the real estate investing industry, the 3 biggest, most complained about things on the planet just might be landlords, right? You make them behave better and be less of an asshole, right? You make tenants behave better. You make them be less horrible and awful, right? And take care of the properties better. And rental properties. These are 3 of the most complained about things on the planet. And good property managers make all 3 of these better. You are the superheroes of this industry. I need good superheroes, and we want to plug them into the right system. And we have that system at DoorGrow. It's proven. It's proven it works. We have evidence, like people are crushing it. We just need the right people. The right people in the right system will crush it. And when you are ready, when you want to succeed, like you want to breathe, when you are the right person, you're ready, really serious about succeeding, the right system tends to materialize. And this might be that moment. This might be the time. This is me saying, we've got the system. If you're that right person, talk to our team. Let's get you going, and we're going to help you crush it. And we will believe in you, we'll love on you, and we'll get you to be adding lots and lots of doors, making lots of money, and making a big difference in the world and improving your communities. And so, cool. Patrick, specifics from this call that you should have gotten. Let's recap. Here's what you should have gotten from this call. You should have gotten from this call that you do not want to buy into the process myth, that you just need better or more processes. Okay. That's a mistake. Usually everybody comes to me, they think they need better processes. And 90% of the time when talking with them and digging into their situation, the reality is they just need a better team, but they don't think they do. So that's the other thing I want you to take away from this is you may not have the right team. You might have a good team, but you don't have a great team. The other thing I want you to take away from this is you might be doing the wrong things in your business. You're wearing the wrong hats. Even though you have a team, you're doing some of the wrong stuff in the business, which means your business is being held back by you. You're causing the business to not grow. If you haven't added 100, 200 doors in the last year, you are probably stuck and you're not doing the right things in the business. And so that's another thing, hopefully, you took away from this call. There's other things we covered, like the 4 reasons for running a business instead of just trying to make more money. If you focus on those, you will make a lot more money. So the 4 reasons is another framework I shared that I hope you take away from this call. Another is if you have the right culture and you're able to sell based on the golden bridge and your why, then you will close deals and create trust more easily because people don't really give a shit about property management. They want to buy peace of mind and safety and certainty. So that's another thing that you should have taken away from this that could change your business. And I could go on. Maybe another piece is you should have an operator in your business. If you think you're the operator, but you're the visionary and the entrepreneur, your business, and you lack an operator, you've got maybe VAs and maybe assistants, but you don't have an operator personality type in your business, you will be stuck and struggling to break past that 200 to 400 door sand trap and to break the 600 door barrier. I don't see it. You need to usually have a really good operator in order to do that and a really good team. So anyone else have some good takeaways? You can throw at Patrick. Patrick, are you trying to troll me? So, but what are some of what? So he laughed. All right. So hopefully you all got some really good value from this. You're not going to buy into the process myth. If you want to work with our team, awesome, we can help you. But I hope you all got some really great value from this that is going to change the trajectory of your business moving forward because you're not buying into some of the misconceptions and beliefs that I see a lot of property managers buy into that holds them captive and prevents them from growing. So, and that's it for today. Until next time, to our mutual growth. Bye, everyone.